Alright then guys, hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're here with the beginning of Season 2 of the Lman FC career mode. This is going to be a very big opening episode. We're going to have to edit the club, change our kits, change our stadium, make it a little bit bigger. We've got a lot of money to play with, as you can see, and some interesting players that could be coming in. We've also got our pre-season tournament to go through with some bigger teams in it than there was last time. Teams like Inter, I think, are in this one. Yeah, Inter Milan, Normal Milan, Ajax. They're all in this. But I think we should be good. We are still reeling off that win in that final game. The new fixtures have been announced, and we will start the season next episode against Aston Villa, which is good. So that's good. But yeah, let's jump into editing our club, changing some of our kits. We won't change our badge, but we'll definitely up our stadium, and I'll come back to you when I have finished doing that. Alrighty then guys, so it is done. I've decided to keep our normal home kit from last season, and the arena has been upgraded to like double the capacity, so that'll be cool, but still keeping the same kind of shape as the original one. The crest will stay the same, and I've come up with an interesting second kit idea. The red is the main color with some white as well, just to differentiate from that black and red, which should be able to switch between those, because we're playing a team with a lot of black. We can switch to that one, red we can switch to that one, so hopefully that should be good. We'll get rid of that ugly white and red striped one, which is good. But now we've got transfers to do, as well as this pre-season tournament. We do have a lot of players away for the World Cup, so that could be a little bit problematic for us. But as you can see, transfer budget increased to 159 million. Real Sociedad trying to sign Reece Johnson. I'm good. I don't think we'll be able to find a right back like that. Like he's over for 31 million. But yeah, I've got some players in there to see what we can do. Maybe just assigning in the centre-back department for Champions League stuff. Maybe a more experienced player, maybe a left winger, so Traore can maybe get on the bench. Then we need a centre mid instead of Reed. But yeah, maybe backup keeper, maybe a younger one that we can grow before Handanovic leaves. That could be big as well. But yeah, let's jump into this first game against Mönchengladbach. We'll just auto-replace all the unavailable players, and it's a 2-1 win to them. I don't think we'll go far in this tournament, just because of a lot of our players being out for the World Cup. But yeah, I might have a look at some transfers that we can do. And then we'll see what we can do on the transfer front. And then we'll sim the Leipzig game and continue on in this International Cup. Alrighty then, so I've had a look at some more transfer options. I think we just need a little bit more time to sort out some stuff, some scouting to be bringing in. But we do a 1-1 draw with Leipzig, so that is good. Yeah, I just need some time for some scout reports to come in. And then hopefully we are good. Lucas Morris says he's just not happy in this club anymore. We are going to tell him that, as Mora's release clause has been met. What was Mora's release clause? That is what I want to know. I mean, I'd happy to have him for another season. So I'm happy to keep him at 9. I'm happy to go up to 9 even. I don't see the need to buy a right winger to have him out there. Yeah, so Mora's going to stay, which is good. And then we got Benfica in the cup. A lot of players are still away at the... it's a draw. I don't know if that'll let us start. I don't think it will. Yeah. Yeah, Mora's transfer talks have ended. And now I'm just going to sim through a decent way. There we go. Alrighty then. I'll jump through to have a look at some transfers to see how we can shape up this team. We've got a decent amount of players to have up. As I said, we are looking for a midfielder. So Jude Bellingham is obviously an option. You got Hussein Aouar, who's a bit cheaper, so is Donny van de Beek and Thomas Partey. Also looking at a replacement goalie like Jan Sommer. Then a left winger. I was looking at Fernando, but he was snapped up over land before I could get his thing. And I'm also looking at a left winger on that left-hand side. Campos could definitely be someone we could look at. Eden Hazard, maybe. Although I don't know if I'd want him on the team, considering he's older and he might not perform. Yeah, I don't know. Aouar could definitely be a good player in our team. But Declan Rice could also play a good role as more of a defensive mid. But I'm not sure. We might have to see. Obviously Bellingham's a prospect as well, a chance to come into the team, but I don't think yet. Although it's kind of now or never for him. I'm not sure about Thomas Partey. He's a bit older. He does the role that Declan Rice does, but for 10 million cheaper at least. Yeah, but he wouldn't grow. Is a good point to know. Jan Sommer. I don't know if he's the goalie I'd bring in. I think I want to bring in a younger keeper. So we might set that up as an instruction. Goalkeeper promising. Because we want to keep Handanovic for this season and then have a goalie ready to transfer over to. There's a loan offer for Hobbs, which is really weird. Also for Conway, who I might think about selling, because we can bring in a younger striker who can develop. Yeah, I think this is a good deal. He could go up to 43 million, so we will negotiate this, but this could be a good chance to sell off Conway. I'm gonna go up to 40 mil. Okay, they'll take an 8 million rise. Okay. That could be an interesting development, so we might have to look at some promising strikers as well. Or do we just go for a world-class striker? I'm not sure. That's interesting. Okay. That could be interesting. I'm going to sim through to give us some time. But yeah, this could be an interesting... Alrighty then, breaking news. Hussein Aouar has joined Lman FC on a 4-year contract. You can see the change in the squad, but there is still more transfers to come before the Aston Villa game. Another big transfer that is going to be happening for this team is Antoine Griezmann is rumoured to be joining the squad and maybe joining our team. You never know how this may go. We've still got 120 million to play with, so there's a lot of budget to play with for this transfer. I definitely don't think he's worth 50-something million. 56 million. I mean, Barcelona did just win the Champions League last season, so they may want to try and hang on to him. But there are a lot more players we could bring in if they really do not want to move their price down, because I'm trying to be like accommodating to them and trying to get a bargain ourselves. There we go. Finally, we can get Antoine Griezmann, and we're going to try and get him in before the Aston Villa game. So he'll be our second or our main striker for this season going forward. It'll be Griezmann and Embolo going forward until for this season and next season. He'll bring a big wage demand, but that is perfectly fine. As long as we don't have to pay like 3 million in bonuses. But now there's some stuff to dig into, because now we've got our striker. I was looking at Tammy Abraham, but he's got 2 more days on scouting, and I wanted a striker in before the Aston Villa game, just to sort it out this episode. We're also looking at, left wing spots, and Mr. Debbie caught my attention, but he's expensive. Wilfried Zaha also caught my attention. Eden Hazard, but he's also about as expensive. But Campos, it's about that range. Zaha's definitely the cheapest. Sergio Ramos might be an addition next season in that centre-back role. I am looking into bringing another keeper. But I don't know if it's key to, we still got Priest. We should be okay without bringing in a keeper this season. So I think we could maybe go big on a left wing, plus maybe an assurance in centre-back. And that's about it this season, maybe. Maybe we can bring in Sergio Ramos this season, because he might not be much use next year. Maybe he can help us in our Champions League assault. Can Sergio Ramos? He's cheap at 15 million. We can get him for maybe 1 or 2 seasons. It's not like we need the cash. 14 million, that's fine. We will negotiate him as well, so he might start over Nathan Ake in the team as an enforcer in the centre-back role. 2 years, yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Even see him for longer. I'll offer him 90k a week. But even to see Sergio Ramos at the club, as maybe a player to sub on for even longer, you never know. But we do have cash to spend. Now we have a decent amount of money. The squad will change a bit now, with the fact that Ghana doesn't need to be in that starting 11, which means Ake can then transfer over to the second team, which is good. Griezmann start to mean Embolo can play in the second team. We're not just improving the second team, but at this point, it is getting improvements. Embolo and then Traore, I guess, can be on the bench. Although if he doesn't start, I don't know how we'll work that with Atkinson. I'll get Atkinson to play on his right side. Yeah, just so he can progress a little bit more. Then you've got Nathan Ake can start with Ghana. And then Hobbs can come in for Johnson wherever he can. And then who can we put in the second team? Any of these guys? I'm not sure if we can, no. Bryant can, I guess, but he's lower rated. Yeah, we maybe need a young backup midfielder. Obviously, I get that we have players, but it could help to have someone like that. Cardozo also starts at left back, which makes zero sense because we have Bennett. That made no sense why I'd start Cardozo, but sure. So yeah, Aston Villa will play that game next episode. But now we've got to think about this, because do we bring in, Wilfried Zaha on that left wing flank? Or do we go for someone a lot bigger and sacrifice that goalkeeper spot? Premier League left wingers, there's some big ones. You got, Steven Bergwijn, Jack Grealish, of course, Sadio Mane, Pulisic could be an idea. Sterling is possible, but maybe not that smart. Mahrez apparently doesn't want to move to a competitive league even though he's still in the Prem, which makes zero sense to me, but sure. You've also got the likes of Rashford. But he's a lot. His contract does expire though, so maybe we could get him up on a free. That could be interesting. But yeah, I'm not sure who I would do. You know, do we bring in a youngster? Or that wouldn't make sense with Atkinson. So maybe bringing in an older player would work. You know, like Wilfred Zaha, because then once he ends up being less useful to the team, you know, we can swap him for Atkinson once he's grown enough. We'd also poach someone off Crystal Palace. He's good. He's got pace. I probably think I'd go for him. You know, he's cheaper, which means we can have cash in the bank if we need to make a signing. We'll just offer him the straight up 25 mil. Patrick Vieira lets us have it. Fair enough. Get them all in. So he will start over Adama, I think. That would make sense to me. So maybe that means Adama's kind of redundant. Because would I want to have him as a substitute? Maybe. I've had to do contracts every single time here, I swear. We'll offer him 80 and 50k. Why not? Will be nice. So then, he's gonna ask. Bro, you don't need 710k to sign for the team, goddammit. I'll up you to 90 a week. Yep, good. Yeah, you just need to take all this stuff off and upgrade their wage a bit and they'll be happy. So do we want to make some cutthroat decisions to, you know, make this a little bit more exciting? Because now Atkinson's definitely not going to play. Zaha gets to come in. We have a class squad right now. You know, everyone doing their job. You know, do we want to make some bench signings? Like a good young centre midfielder of that 80 rating ballpark. Obviously, we need to look a bit to the future. But I don't think there'll be anyone here we can look at. Just sign Kevin. We could have signed Kevin De Bruyne if I wanted to put all my money into it. Although I probably wouldn't have been that smart. You know, do we come up with someone like Saul as a good substitute? Emil Forsberg could be good on the bench. You know, Danilo Pereira. Just improving our overall squad depth can help if we want to try for the Premier League this season. Obviously, I don't know how well that would work, but it could be something we'd look to do. Doesn't look like there'd be many players here. Martin Darun could be good. Axel Witsel. Yeah, we'll just have a look at these guys in the club. Saul has moved to Napoli for some reason, sure. Emil Forsberg is available. Danilo Pereira and Martin Darun. I think Pereira could be a good signing, but we don't need to rush his signing. Although, does Martin Darun... He probably would be better. He's 1 year older, but he does have the solid player trait, so he will perform. As well as, you know, a lot of stamina, composure. He could be commanding in that team. I think I'll take Darun, to be honest. Why not? We'll delegate to buy. And we'll start by offering them 17.5. They don't say that. I don't really want to go higher than 21 mil. But that's fine, I guess. I don't think we won't look for anyone else. If we get any offers and it's an interesting offer, I might take it. But we got a lot of cash to play with. Even if we get Darun. But yeah, this will be an interesting season we're going into. I can promise you that. Maybe we should sell off Guthrie. And then we can make like a massive signing because Guthrie is like not being used in the squad. He's 24. He's really good, but I just don't use him. Sell him off. He's got a year left on his contract. Sell him off before then. We might also, figure out contracts. We don't need one Mata for next season. Oliver Moss, we don't need. Cardozo. He's okay, sure. Reed. Give him an extension. Kone will be leaving this season. Priest is good. We can keep him for longer. We want to keep Massey, of course, and Woods. Atkinson, Handanovic, he's going to retire. Okay, so we need to sort out a keeper transfer. Maybe get them in the team, starting to play some games. So that could be interesting if we can grab like a Dean Henderson. Maybe. For our squad. Start enrolling him in some games. Or who's the Arsenal keeper? Ramsdale. And Ramsdale could be interesting as well. He would also, I think, maybe play more of a second fiddle. Although if we promised Dean Henderson like a role in the team, like he's our main keeper going forward. Really, he would be. Aaron Ramsdale is like worse in every single way, and he's like the same price, or he's a little bit cheaper, but his maximum is almost his lowest, so there is some difference there, but that could be something to look into, especially as we go into January. Something like that. I'll just make that split. But this will be our team after this episode. We've come up with a good team, I think. UEFA Champions League qualifications are good. Wilfried Zaha is in. So is Sergio Ramos. And Antoine Griezmann. Messi will start. Yes, he will. And I guess we'll have to see how we go in this season. Champions League is a must after last season. But I'll see you next episode for the first games of Lman FC Season 2. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And goodbye.